Welcome back, everyone, to the College Football 25 Teambuilder Dynasty with the Houma Bobcats. After a 2-0 start this year, we have lost our last 9 games, entering this last game here against the ODU Monarchs. And in this last 9-game stretch, especially our last 6 or so games, the defense has really collapsed. We have allowed more than 40 points in most of these games, and last episode especially, we had our most devastating loss of the entire season, dropping a game 41-42 against the 3-7 UL Monroe Warhawks. And we lost because we failed to convert a 2-point conversion right after a quarterback threw a pick six to put the Warhawks back on top with about 40-ish seconds left in the game. We had a pretty awesome comeback drive to tie things up, or at least look at tying things up, but then we chose not to go to overtime. We failed on the 2-point conversion with Spencer Strickland, and we have lost 9 straight games. I think despite last episode and last game being really the most exciting game of the entire series to this point, I think I want to move forward only doing slow sim and watching this team play on a CPU versus CPU basis because, like I've said before, coach mode has a lot of drawbacks. You know, quarterbacks will never move in the pocket. They'll never escape the pocket. They won't scramble outside. And they also take way too long to read throws. But in slow sim, at least, both teams play on like a pretty equal playing field. Just kind of depends on the player ratings, which determine the entire outcome of that game. And I think how I do my Madden series and how I do my 2K series, that is just a better fit for this channel and a better fit for what I'm trying to do here. Because this really is all about team building. It's about recruiting players. It's about seeing what can the players accomplish. Did we bring in the right guys? Do we have the right formula with these players on this current roster to get things done? Is the playbook good enough to win? Is the defensive playbook good enough to get stops? Are our players going to play enough and play well enough to get us win after win? So I think that is the plan going forward, is to do CPU versus CPU gameplay. And we'll just see how it looks the rest of the way. I'll probably go back to All-American because that is probably a better fit for CPU versus CPU. At least when I played Madden, that was the case for the second highest difficulty, playing on All-Pro. So that is the game plan going forward. With that being said, today is going to be our last game of the year, and thus it is Senior Day with the Bobcats, meaning that guys like Jalen McDonald, Demetrius Williamson, Chase Freeman, and our quarterback Tyler Olson are all playing their final game with this team as we close the first year, pretty much the prologue of this entire dynasty. And because of that, I do think it makes sense to start our senior quarterback Tyler Olson. He will get the nod under center, and he will start his final game with the Bobcats. We'll also see the debut of the 3-3-5 tight defense playbook, and we'll see the first look at the Arizona State playbook in slow sim for the very first time. Now, I did also find out that I can actually make changes to the team and get them updated. It took a couple of days for it to show up, but I have changed the rebar on the helmets to not be that black color with the home and away uniform, so now it's back to green. So that being said, I can change the uniforms, I can change the stadium, I can change the field whenever I want to. It's going to take a couple days for it to show up on the actual Dynasty. But here we go. Back at home in Cypress Grove Stadium, our final game of the year. Olson starting once again his final game with Houma. We first start through the air, it's Scooter Page. He picks up 9.5. From the 26. He'll hand it off. Strickland jets by a defender and picks up a first down on that 7-yard gain. Back to throw. Olson has plenty of time to get rid of it, and he's got a man open. That is Javian Foreman for a big first down up into Monarch territory. Outside, Page. Not a whole lot there. Here's Strickland on the carry. He breaks one tackle and picks up 5 yards. To set up 3rd and 3, just outside of the 40-yard line. Pressure coming, but Olson somehow completes it to the backup tight end. That's Bentley. We should be seeing some more RPOs, by the way, with the slow sim as Williamson turns up the field and picks up the first down again. And the Houma offense is starting off strong. Also now over 2,000 passing yards on the year after being benched these last couple of games. We're inside the ODU 15. Pressure comes, and McClawler picks up 6 through the air. And the pistol on second. Strickland trying to bounce it outside, but nothing opens up. And it's 3rd and 4. Empty look for Tyler Olsen. And time to throw. He's got a man open underneath. It's a first down inside the 5 for Scott McLawler. Now we go to the Wildcats. Keontae Tyson will keep it himself, but he's going to lose 4. RPO out to Williamson. He's got blockers and a touchdown. Senior to senior on senior day. And Houma leads 7-0 here at home. Just how you want to start a game here to close the season. ODU comes out from their 21-yard line. Here's Devin Roche on the carry. He gets the first down, but the ball comes out, and it is recovered by the Bobcats. The senior backup safety, Alexander Valentine, jarred it loose. Already 3 different seniors making plays here in their final game. It's 1st and 10 Houma from the Monarch 35-yard line. And off to Strickland. Not a lot here on the ground on these first couple of carries for him. Now through the air, and the flat, it's Scooter Page picking up 8 yards to set up 3rd and short. And the Wildcat, it is Strickland. He'll keep it, and he finds some room after a delayed run. The drive is kept alive. Right back to him on the ground. He gets hammered down after a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 6. Now there's space up the middle inside the 10 and first down yardage. In comes Keontae Tyson. He'll get the handoff, but he's wrapped up quickly. From the 7. Olsen, quick throw on the slants. That is Foreman up to the 2. And that's going to be a flag on the offense. The false start, we lose 5 yards. It's 3rd and goal. Empty look for Olsen. And he just throws it away to the back of the end zone. Out comes Ian Wells for the field goal. And just like that, Houma leads 10-0 as we approach the ends of the first quarter. ODU has barely touched the ball here. They've had 1 play until now. That pass goes incomplete for Isaiah Page. Last play of the quarter, it's complete to Jalen Butler to bring up 3rd and 6. I guess they get 1 more playoff actually here. A couple seconds left to go. It's a keeper for Wilson, and he gets the first down on the ground. We go to the second quarter. Houma up by 10. Pretty good starts, only 38 seconds of possession so far for the Monarchs. But now they're moving the ball down the field after their first down of the game. From their 34 to open the second. They'll hand it off to Roche. Second and 7. Right back to him. There's much more space this time, and he gets first down yardage up to their 45-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground, but Kobe Garland comes in to wrap him up. No gain there. And now a quick RPO catch. Butler picks up 3. They go empty on 3rd down. Wilson gets rid of it quickly, but it goes incomplete. Intended for his tailback. And Houma takes over. Defense doing a good job on these first couple of drives. That one nearly got intercepted. Gotta be careful. It comes to a 3rd and 6. And now it is picked off It's Rashid Reeson getting by the entire Houma offense, and in the end zone, it is a pick six, 29 yards. And Old Dominion scores with their defense to get on the board and back within one score. We have seen this time and time again, week after week. Tyler Olsen just makes way too many mistakes, way too many wrong reads, and that was just one more. Thank God it is his last game with Houma. We take over at our 15-yard line. We'll hand it off. Strickland finds some room, and he's got a lot of green grass ahead. He breaks one, now two tackles at the 10-5 gone. 85 yards in response to the Olsen pick six. And just like that, the Bobcats are back up by 10. This guy makes big plays every single game. And he's only a junior. We got one more of this guy. One more year of this guy. I can't wait to see him next year with the actual good quarterback. Imagine how good this offense can be when both facets of the offense work in tandem. It's 1st and 10 ODU. 9 to play here in the half. Roche picks up 9. Delayed give, and that's a nice tackle in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Pressure coming on 3rd and 5, but Butler's wide open. And he's shoved out of bounds at the Houma 45. A big gain allowed by this defense for the first time. Roche, though, is going backwards again, a loss of 3. 3rd and long, screen set up. Roche can't get enough. He's 2 yards short, and now comes out Sanchez for a deep 55-yard field goal, and it's good through the uprights. We have seen some long field goals in this dynasty so far, but we have not been the ones to knock them through. It's back to a one-score game. 1st and 10 Houma. RPO on the first play. Williamson with first down yardage, and he picks up 23 yards in total. From the 42, Strickland trying to cut it back outside, but nothing opens up. Olsen's got time. He delivers it to Bentley for a short gain to set up 3rd and 5. Pass caught in traffic by McLawler for a first down. Another RPO out to Scooter Page. He's got a blocker and a first down. Strickland back in as the tailback. We fake it to him. Olsen taking too long to get rid of it, and he's going backwards. A loss of 11. The sack made by E.J. Green. We're back to our 41. More pressure comes, and the pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd and forever. Olsen feeling the heat, and once again just doesn't get rid of it. 2 sacks on this drive in the last 3 plays. And the defense gets off the field for ODU. They start from their 20. And off to Roche. Only 3. Wilson hands it off again. Roche between the tackles finds a gain of 5. It's 3rd and short. Roche has a big gain this time. Cutting upfield, he picks up a whole bunch. Just shy of midfield. Right back to him on the ground. And now they have reached plus territory. 2nd down and 6. Pressure gets home this time. It's Deshaun Weeks with the sack on Grant Wilson. And that will bring up 3rd and long for the Monarchs. Out of the 2-minute warning, the pass is caught by Butler, but that will take us to halftime as neither team could get more points on the board. It is 17-10. 2 sacks for either defense, a turnover leading to a touchdown by both teams, and we have a lot more yards than them, but we only lead by 7. We lead because of that big Strickland 85-yard run. Looking for some more big plays here in the second half to get us over the hump and break this 9-game losing streak. The Monarchs start with it here in this third quarter. Around their 22. They'll hand it off. Roche with a pickup of 6 yards. Right back to him on the ground, and the inside zone leads to a first. Wilson hands it off. Roche cutting up fields and up to the 45-yard line. Another 1st and 10. A lot of runs to open this quarter, but this time Roche's wrapped up. He'll stay in on 2nd down. They'll fake it to him, and pressure gets home. That is the senior Chase Freeman with the sack. We have seen 4 or 5 different seniors making plays in this final game. Will it be enough to get the win? That one goes incomplete as more pressure gets to Wilson. And Houma takes over from their 27-yard line. Quick throw on the slant. Caught for a 1st down. That's Javian Foreman. Empty on 1st and 10 over the middle. That's a gain of 6 for McLawler. It's 3rd down. Pressure's picked up, and it's dumped off for Bentley, who breaks a tackle and gets just enough to move the sticks for the Bobcats. Strickland on the handoff. Inside the 40-yard line. We'll keep it on the ground as Strickland picks up 1st down yardage once again. 1st and 10. Here's Tyson now in the game. He gets outside and makes a man miss. Another 1st down for Houma. Just outside the red zone. Screen set up for Williamson. That picks up 4. They fake it to Strickland, and Olsen never had a chance to get rid of it. That is the 5th sack of the game, by the way, for the Monarchs. That brings up 3rd and long. Olsen has time to throw, but eventually just gets rid of it. And on 4th and 15, Ian Wells comes out for a 45-yard attempt from the middle of the field. The kick is up, and it is good. Houma leads by 10 with less than half the quarter left. 3:40 on the clock for the Monarchs, trailing by as much as their score. Here's Roche getting hammered down by Quincy Blue. A 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Here's Butler underneath. Up to the 25-yard line. It's 3rd and 1. Wilson's pass caught by Page. He's got some room up the sideline. And a big 1st down inside the Houma territory. Up to the 41-yard line. Underneath again. Page once again picks up 1st down yardage. As Butler is shaken up for the Monarchs, he will come out of the game. 1st and 10 handoff. Roche wrapped up by Van Claiborne. Right back to him. He makes one-man miss. And picks up a few. Design quarterback run. Wilson converts on 3rd down. They're inside the Houma 15. The pass is caught in traffic. Tough grab right there at the 7-yard line. Wilson completes it to Roche. He gets across the goal line. Had to extend for it, but he got the touchdown. And the Monarchs are right back in this ball game. A 1-score game once again. And Houma takes over at their 25. Leading by 3. Quick throw, caught by Page, but he's going to lose a yard here on the RPO. Strickland, outside run. Not a whole lot. 8 to go on 3rd down. Pocket collapsing. Olsen incomplete for Page. She could not hang on. It would have been short either way. And we go 3 and outs. The Monarchs take over. Under 30 seconds left to play here in the quarter. Wilson down the field. Broke it up. That brings up 2nd and 10. Taj Coles with a great tackle on the edge. It's a loss of 2 for Devin Roche. They go empty here on 3rd and 12, the last play of this third quarter. Wilson over the middle, has his tailback over the 50 for a first down. And the Monarchs are driving down the field to open this fourth quarter. It's 1st and 10. They fake it and complete the pass, a gain of 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Another play fake, and the pass is caught by Page. And he breaks a couple of tackles before being brought down at the Houma 12. The defense has to get a stop right here and hold these guys to a field goal. That's stumped off for Miles Alston. O'Shea on the give. Nothing there. It's 3rd down. Wilson dumps it off in the flat, and he's brought down by Quincy Blue. 2 yards shy of the first down marker. Sanchez, the chip shot. Field goal! It's no good. Wide left. Wide left from 22 yards away. And Houma hangs on by a thread to lead by 3. And the offense comes out. It comes to a 3rd and 9, under 7 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Olsen floats it, and it's caught by Scooter Page for a huge first down. Up to the ODU 42. Outside and off the back of a defender. Another 3rd and long for the Houma offense. A crucial play right here for this Monarch defense. Olsen evades pressure, but eventually just gets rid of it. Nobody was open down the field, so the Houma offense will have to punt from just outside field goal range for Ian Wells. And ODU will take over at their 17-yard line. 6:05 to play here in regulation. We have led the entire ball game. Play fake. Wilson deep down the field, caught by Alston, and he's gonna go all the way. 83 yards, and just like that, Old Dominion has their first lead of the game with 6 minutes to go. Quincy Blue gets completely toasted in coverage, and now Houma trails by 4. Here's Strickland on the ground. No holes open up. A 1-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 9, but now he's got space up the middle for a first down. 152 on 17 carries to this point. He's been pretty good. On the outside give, he's going to pick up 8 yards after a broken tackle. 3rd and short. At this point, I think it's 4-down territory for the offense the rest of the way as Chris Teague picks up the first down. Just shy of midfield, RPO, screen set up. It's Williamson across the 40. And Houma is approaching field goal range. First down and 10. Olsen, quick throw, incomplete, trying to find CJ Peaks, who has barely touched the ball here in this game. This one's caught, but Page will lose forward progress. Now it's 3rd and 6 from the 34. Olsen, a quick throw, almost intercepted, and frankly should have been. And the offense will go forward on 4th down. The pass is dropped at the 19 by McLawler. And he was open. It was thrown behind him, but you got to make that grab. And ODU takes over with 2:38 to go. Great tackle there by Freeman and Deshaun Weeks teaming up for a loss of yardage. And now outside of the warning, it's Roche picking up a first down. And one more will end the game for the Monarchs. 2nd and 9, Roche has all the room to run. And that is gonna be it. The game is over. 24-20, ODU comes back in the 4th quarter with that big 83-yard reception, and they take it after trailing most of this game. And the Bobcats end the year on a 10-game losing streak after starting their season 2-0. Wow. We had 21 first downs in this game, and that was more than the points that we scored. We scored 17 first half points, had 3 in the entire second half. In his final game, Olsen throws a pick 6, which we are pretty used to at this point, I think, for him. And once again, the ground game was very good. 8 broken tackles and a $160 on the ground on 18 carries for Strickland. But once again, the ground game cannot carry us to the win. Williamson picks up 80 yards plus a touchdown in his final game. Got a couple of sacks in this one for guys like Chase Freeman and Deshaun Weeks. No picks off of Grant Wilson. We did force a fumble, but Rashid Reason had that pick 6 off our quarterback. That was a big play there in that first half to get them back in the game and get them on the board. And we were not that good against Grant Wilson, and so far the secondary has been pretty bad for the better part of the season. The run defense was not good either in this game. Had a couple of nice tackles for loss, but could not really establish the front four. And a couple of big receptions by Page and Alston lead them to the win. We end up noticing that David DePaul was just far better. He had 1 less touchdown, 8 less picks, and I want to say like 8 less games than Olsen played in. He was a far better quarterback despite being a much less overall. And I think, I took too long to figure out who the right quarterback was for this team, but on the ground at least, Strickland averaged 99 yards per game, just below 1,200 yards, 5.6 per carry, 9 touchdowns. If we can improve this offensive line, he will be an absolute machine next year entering his senior season. Through the air, our senior wideout, Williamson, leads us in yards and was 1 catch shy of the lead on the team for receptions. He had 4 touchdowns. Foreman had 634, 290 or so for McLawler and Strickland. But the passing game never got going besides like 2 games, and that was it. The offensive line was bad pretty much the entire year. Multiple sacks per game. Even the backups were terrible when they checked in. So, gotta work on that. That will help the passing and running game, I hope, next year if we can bring in some better recruits alongside Reggie Cole. On defense, tackles led by Van Claiborne and then Chase Freeman. But our only guy with more than 4.5 sacks was Taj Coles, and that was it. We got to improve both the defensive and offensive lines in this offseason, guys, because if we can't, it's going to be a similar story on both sides of the ball, I feel like. The secondary has got to improve. We have a couple of safeties coming in for us that will be big, and we end up going 15 for 19 on kicks. I think 2 or 3 of which were my faults on the misses, so can't really blame Ian Wells for those ones. We end up going 2-10, just like back in 2021, and we failed to reach our coach goal of winning 4 games despite starting our year 2-0. That is pretty brutal. That's not going to help out the coach prestige, and some guys might want to transfer in a couple of weeks here soon. I do want to spend some of the coach points, though, on the motivator trait to gain XP for a player once they level up. And for recruiting, we do miss out on the blocking tight end JP Nicholson, who ends up committing to the Razorbacks of Arkansas, as Taj Coles wins Sunbelt Defensive Player of the Week to close out the season. And we do get a couple of key commits right here to close this week. LaShawn Gray will come in probably as the starting tight end out of Guyton, Georgia. And we also bring in a new linebacker, Esteban Rizzo, to help out the run game on the defensive side of the ball. I expect him to also get some playing time as a starter. But now it's time for some initial offseason moves. We're going to fire our OC and our DC, Russ Saunders and Adam Hamilton. If we can get some better guys in here, that will help out the coach prestige, which means that guys will want to transfer less and more players might want to come to our school in next year's recruiting, as well as in the transfer portal. We do lose out on the gem receiver Tyron William, who commits to Southern Mississippi, and Grayson McCall of the NC State Wolfpack ends up winning the Heisman Trophy with 45 touchdowns, 4 INTs, and 3,400 passing yards this season. And Texas State, the Bobcats, end up winning the Sun Belt Championship over the Appalachian State Mountaineers by a score of 35-27. They're the team to take down next year and to overtake as the Sun Belt Conference champions. That is going to end the episode, guys, and it's going to end our first year with the Houma Bobcats. This is truly where things really get going. I'm going to stop it here because we have staff moves to make. We have early National Signing Day, plus we got to go through Bowl Week. We'll go through all of that, plus the entire transfer portal and the preseason. As we approach year number 2, I will see you guys next time for our first ever off-season. Please like the video, subscribe, and comment down below. I'll see you guys next time.